Introducing first, accompanied by Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in tonight at 231 pounds. He is the Gavel, David Lawless, Esquire.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stronghold. My name is Jim Lamotta, being joined by Pittsburgh legend one Paul Atlas. It is November 9th of 2019, and Paul, we are just one step away from the biggest Ryse event of the year. Tonight, we will forge the final path towards the 3rd anniversary show.
That's right. Now, all you Ryse morons. Sorry, that was the old me. The new me is running for Ryse General Manager against an oversized baked potato.
That's what you used to say. You used to say that.
Allegedly.
Don't start that.
Look, he's not even from this country, and he thinks he's going to get elected Ryse General Manager.
Nope.
So, I'll tell you what, Mr. Starman, at the anniversary show next month, I challenge you to pick any match, any wrestler, to go against the Gavel, and if I win, I become the permanent Ryse General Manager. And if that former baked potato and their wrestlers can beat me, then I will step aside and concede that the Starman can become the general manager. Yeah, it's called democracy. I realize a lot of you can't vote because you're criminals or you're minors. But that's how democracy works, okay? I hate to give you a civics lesson here, because Lord knows you probably couldn't pass high school. Now, as for the matter at hand and my opponent, Tyler Voxx, this crybaby did like all you millennials, shut up, and took to social media this afternoon to cry about how he's come so close to getting victories and how he's going to beat me tonight. Well, let me tell you, as your future Ryse General Manager, I'm going to show you that starting tonight, we are on a victory path to the top. And with Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham and the Gavel David Lawless, it will be our privilege to be your general manager. You're welcome, morons.
Remind me to talk to the rat about giving that guy a microphone.
And introducing his opponent, from Columbus, Ohio, weighing in tonight at 189 pounds, he is the Appalachian Werewolf, Tyler Voxx!
The Appalachian Werewolf is coming here for a measure of revenge against #privilege. It was last month, Dr. Dan worming his way to a victory against Voxx. However, it is David Wallace that may bear the vengeance of that. And we know that Tyler Voxx is a young man that comes in laser focused.
I'm all the way backed up.
And Paul, just when I thought that we've seen the most shady of individuals run for office, David Wallace put his name in the hat for Ryse General Manager.
Could you imagine if we got to listen to him talk every month?
He wouldn't be the dumbest politician we've heard speak recently.
This is true.
David, I can't hear you over your pants.
Let's not forget, Rockingham may be out here touting his self-help system. Let's not forget, later on tonight, he has to square off against Ziggy Haim. So hashtag privilege, despite not being in tag team action here tonight, certainly have a full dance card.
Well, and if you think Rockingham's out here for moral support for David Lawless, you're crazy. He better have young Tyler Voxx better have eyes in the back of his head here. And you know at some point that charlatan's going to try to get involved. That's unique.
So was that. And finally, we have an opening bell. All the sales pitch is out the window. And Tyler Voxx looks as focused as we've ever seen him.
Well, he kind of needs to be. I mean, since winning his spot on the Ryse roster, he has not met with a lot of luck lately.
And the bravado of Lawless already catching up to him. And already, to your point, Paul, Dr. Dan getting involved in this matchup.
Yeah, I figured it'd take him more than about 30 seconds to get involved, but nonetheless, that's pretty much why he's out here.
You know, Dr. Dan makes Bernie Madoff look like a reputable individual.
That's for sure.
I know it's unsafe.
I'm sure he's got a bridge he'd like to sell you, too.
I know you're the judge, but are you like the standard?
Tyler Voxx needs to turn around because he's being set up here.
He needs to not worry about Dr. Dan and worry about David Lawless.
I understand that Dr. Dan is as irritating as anything, but... And perhaps Voxx was one step ahead. Release German drops the gavel on the back of his head.
Yeah, young Tyler Voxx, he's got to back that up now. Following up.
Oh, man. And again, this numbers game, clearly the story is self-evident here, Paul.
Yeah, what were you saying about them not being in tag team action tonight?
Perhaps they are in the most nefarious of ways, because again, that distraction from the doctor allows the gavel to capitalize.
I mean, come on, let's be honest. What in the world is Ryse going to be in for if this idiot becomes our general manager?
Come on, David. Watch out for the punch.
I'm almost willing to pay Sterling's salary, or maybe even Marcus Mann's salary, to come back rather than have this guy.
Big collision in the corner. The gavel using his size advantage here. Beautiful neck breaker. He irritates the hell out of me, but he's a great professional wrestler. I can't sell him short.
Unfortunately, you cannot take away his athletic ability and his wrestling ability. Top notch.
We know Voxx is very resilient, but he sustained punishment very, very quickly. A substantial amount of punishment just in the opening moments here. Voxx found his way up to a vertical base. But how much is he going to have left in the tank here? Oh, man, that was a nasty collision right to the sternum.
Yeah, the size advantage taking over here as David Lawless just bowled over Tyler Voxx.
Tremendous vertical leap again, driving all the air on the Appalachian Werewolf. Hooks the leg. And something that you've emphasized several times here at the desk, hooking the leg is absolutely necessary, and you will never see David Lawless go for any sloppy pinfall attempts.
No, not at all. If you're going to kick out of a David Lawless pin attempt, you're going to earn it.
And just like having to expend the energy to kick out, Wallace is wise to try to sap the energy from the Appalachian Werewolf, who is going to try to generate some momentum here. And man, again, Wallace very strategic, and we know that. His mind may be his most dangerous weapon, but that back press did not have the weight advantage evenly distributed that time, allowed Voxx to escape.
Let's face it, David Lawless' athletic and wrestling ability is almost as great as his ego.
And you heard the contact there. That's the other thing about Wallace. He comes out here, he brags about himself, but at the end of the day, he has a bona fide mean streak. He can be a very nasty, nasty individual.
Oh, he's an attorney. They're all snakes and crooks.
It's high risk here. Voxx in a very precarious position. Act of desperation here.
Doing his best to block it.
And man, Wallace may be checking his teeth. Voxx is perched. And the complexion of this opening matchup could be changing very quickly here.
How much of that maneuver there took it out of Tyler Voxx? You see him trying to catch his breath here and get back to his feet. He may have taken as much out of himself as he did out of Lawless.
The importance of a victory on this stage as we lead to the biggest stage of the year for Ryse, the anniversary show, cannot be understated. You have to go into the third anniversary with some momentum as Voxx hits the discus elbow. Left shoulder up for the gap.
Well, let's face it, a victory or a loss here tonight could be the difference between being on that anniversary show and being at home watching.
And as much as we enjoy IndyWrestling.us and all the great work they do, there is no substitute for being inside the squared circle on that big stage. Innovative neck breaker from the gavel. Again, going deep into the playbook, always adding new maneuvers to the repertoire, keeping his opponents on their toes, excuse me.
And look at the way, not only did he hook the leg on that occasion, but he also rolled Tyler Voxx's weight over top of himself, making him expend even more energy to kick out.
Even more leverage as well, absolutely, you're correct. Voxx trying to fire back here. Out the back door, shoulders down. And what a competitive contest here. Diving ace crusher, hit it perfectly, pinpoint precision from the Appalachian Werewolf, hooks the inside leg.
That's about as close as you can get.
Wallace he's so irritating, he gives me hives. I gotta take Benadryl around this guy. You got it. But when you kick out of something like that, that shows his caliber as an athlete. No question about it.
Oh yeah, you're definitely not gonna beat this guy easily.
Voxx trying to go for a home run swing here. Misdirection from the gavel. Diving boot.
Right under the chin with that one.
And Voxx may be completely out of it here. And Dr. Dan celebrating a little prematurely at ringside.
I don't think he could believe that Tyler Voxx kicked out of that.
And if you're the gavel, we've seen it with these innovative maneuvers. He has to be questioning himself at this point. What will it take to put Tyler Voxx away?
Well, like I said, Voxx has had a string of bad luck since making the roster, but that doesn't take anything away from him. He's a high-caliber athlete himself. It takes a lot to put this guy down.
And look at the core strain. And come on. Rockingham needs to get out of here. I understand George can only call us what he sees, but we've got to do something. Well,
Tyler Voxx is taking matters into his own hands.
He is doing something about Rockingham, but again, he turned his back, and you cannot do that against the gavel David Wallace. Look out. Backbreaker, bouncing on impact. Dr. Dan took the shot. Wallace took the pinfall.
The winner of this match as a result of a pinfall, the gavel, David Lawless, Esquire.
It makes me ill to think what could happen if David Wallace does in fact become the new general manager.
Mr. Lawless, I think at last we're finally in agreement on something. I believe that you and I agree that it's time to put an end to all of this. We've been engaging in a war of words and ideas for months now, but if there's one thing Ryse simply cannot afford more of, it's division. The time has come for unity. The time has come for us all to rise together. But while the state of the general manager position of this great company is in a state of question, we cannot begin to heal. So how about this? On December 14th, I'm coming back to to the stronghold. I am coming back to meet you face to face, Mr. Lawless, where you and I will end this. We can settle it like gentlemen, or we can settle it like thugs. We can agree over a handshake or a punch in the face. Either way is fine by me, so long as it's decided. So on December 14th, the super heavyweight supervillain returns to Ryse, and by the end of the night, we will have new management. Oh my, yes. And on that night, I guarantee you, we will rise together. See you soon, Mr. Lawless. See you real soon.
Starling! Starling! Starling!
One way or another, Paul, someone will be in charge. A decision will be made at Ryse's biggest stage, the 3rd anniversary event, December 14th.
Well, I already know who's getting my vote. It certainly isn't this idiot.
From Ryse. Haught and Tyler Voxx. Uprise will return for its 1-year anniversary show. Come, be a witness. And to the competitors, good luck. You'll need it. Move yourself and rise, rise. Make them
We're seeing the 2-time Emmy Award-winning athlete Jordan Styles, and Paul, I don't know, he wasn't scheduled for microphone time.
No. So basically, he's a 2-time tool bag.
How about you shut your mouth first? How about that? First of all, every single side character and extra that decides to sit here will shut your mouth and listen to the successful thing when he talks. I am a 2-time Emmy winner, and none of you have even come close to anything that I will do. And speaking of things that I've done, I think it's very hilarious that I have been undefeated on Uprise for an entire year, yet I still don't get a promotional challenge. How does that even count? How does that even exist? That's stupid.
We don't want you here.
You don't want me here. Well, you're going to have to love me.
He's a tool bag, like I said.
We don't want you.
Yes, we do.
We don't want you.
Yes, we do.
We don't want you.
Well, hey, you don't have to like me, you don't have to respect me, but you will all know that I will always be simply better than each and every one of you. Now, I feel like I've been wronged more times than I can count in this space. And I have a sneaking suspicion as to who it is, and that is the perennial owner of Ryse, Brandon K. Now, granted, he has been my trainer for this entire year, but I have clearly surpassed this no-class Brandon K, or whatever he likes to go by. I am the successful Saint. I am undefeated in Uprise, and I demand respect. Shut up! I demand respect. Each and every one of you will respect me by the time this night is done.
Brandon,
I don't know if you're back there, quite frankly, I don't care. But I have a message for you. If you stick your nose in my business one more time, I'm going to show you exactly who is simply better.
Careful what you wish for, kid.
That's the boss. And I'm not talking about Springsteen. That's a Pittsburgh legend in his own right. That's Brandon K. And we've seen Brandon and Jordan have their problems.
And I can tell you right now, as the guy who trained Brandon K, he's not going to put up with this from the student.
Wearing his business bandana
This is me
tonight.
sticking my nose into your business one more time. I hear you out here crying about the randomizer. But listen, Jordan, let me tell you something. I don't know why you're coming to me like that. Catch more bees with honey? I'm the owner of the company. If you really want a shot at Ryse, you know what I can do for you. That's all I wanted was a shot at Ryse. I've been here to get a shot at Ryse. I am Ryse material, and I've been undefeated in Uprise for how long now? About a year. Guaranteed I get on the Ryse, I'll be undefeated in the Grand Champion within a month.
Oh, come on.
What do you guys think? Do you think he deserves to be on the Ryse roster?
You better stand here and get
Hey, it's mixed results at best.
I think you're gonna have to convince me. If I'm gonna make a power move like that for you, you're gonna have to tell me something better than like, oh, I want a lot of matches because I'm a cheater. Give me something. You got a heart there, then you can show that to me once in a while. Because I tell you, I have a lot of students, and the ones I'm proud of don't take shortcuts like you, Jordan Stout. They work hard for every one of their opportunities, Jordan Stout. So if I'm gonna make a choice for someone, why you? First of all, don't take shortcuts. You forget I was a fan long before I was a wrestler. I've seen you take many a shortcut. I learned from the best, Brandon K. The problem is I have surpassed the best. I am the successful Saint. I am simply better. I am the two-time Emmy winner, and I am undefeated on Uprise. And I don't care who you put me in the ring with. Whether it be your disgustingly stupid trainings, your idiotic Ryse roster, I will always be better than them. Was that your shot? Was that the shot? What do you guys think? Was that good enough? It doesn't matter what these unsuccessful peasants think. I am better than them, and I don't care what you say. I will be better than you. Who you just? I don't agree with him. I think you deserve a shot at the Ryse roster.
Thank you.
Not because of any of the reasons you said, by the way. Because I want you to get so close to accomplishing your dream, and then someone come in here and just stomp it, take it away from you, Jordan. I want to see that. Who wants to see Jordan lose right when he gets to the moment of success, and then he loses? Yeah. You know, this is on teach you that lesson, who I can't think of anyone better than your trainer, first class Brandon K. That's right. You want to get on this roster, you're going to have to beat me. Yeah. So, look out. Look, this is the only time you'll probably be on this roster, so enjoy the moment.
That won't be hard.
Got a match? Want to do it?
That won't be hard.
He's scared.
He's scared. You're on, coach.
I want you to try hard, all right? I want you to do good. I'll need to try. Hey, feel like I'm a hand. Good luck.
I don't think that went according to plan, did it?
Not at all. Hey, Jordan Styles asked for it. He got it. The only thing he's got to do to get it is beat Brandon K. Good luck, kid.
Jordan wanted a test. Jordan wanted a test, and he got a test. He just happened to get the test. The gold standard of Pittsburgh wrestling in Brandon K. It will be decided. Brandon versus Jordan.
Good luck with that.
Introducing first, from the French Quarter of New Orleans, Louisiana, weighing in tonight at 209 pounds, he is the Bayou Scarecrow, Christian Noir.
A soulless individual that we saw play some mind games the last time that Ryse was in this building. But we also saw some mind games played with Noir.
Yeah, he claims he knows who did it, but I think he's just trying to save face.
And introducing his opponent, from where the wild things are, weighing in tonight at 238 pounds, he is the Bearcat, Keith Haught!
From a man that dances with the devil to a man that may be a wrestling saint, the Bearcat, one of the happiest individuals you will find, but even Keith Haught has been facing some adversity as of late. Keith Haught has been on a skid after coming so close to the Grand Championship. Keith Haught has been derailed. He needs this victory. He needs to get back on the winning path.
You touched on it, Jim. You probably can't see two more diverse styles, two opposites of the ends of the spectrum than Christian Noir and Keith Haught.
And for once, we are seeing Noir nervous. I mean, we saw that very strange video play the last time we were in this building. And Noir, for the first time in his career, had fear in his eyes.
Yeah, like I said, he claims he knows who did it, but I'm doubting that. I think he's just trying to convince himself.
How frightening does something have to be to scare Noir?
Seriously, this guy's a different kind of sick and twisted.
As I said, the Bearcat is motivated for victory to get his career back on track here in the Stronghold. And he is going at it full board, hooks both legs. And already in the opening moments of this contest, you can see that Noir is off of his game.
Yeah, this is not a typical start for Christian Noir, that's for sure.
The ultimate manipulator is at the mercy of some mind games. Again, a total switch from what we've normally seen from the Bayou Scarecrow. But one thing that hasn't changed is the love affair that Keith Haught has with this Ryse faithful. These fans love Keith Haught. He has an infectious energy about him.
Yeah, they are definitely behind him here, and they always will be.
And Paul, it's ironic that that very same corner post is where the mask of Noir was perched last month and allowed Meg Myers to get a victory over Keith Haught.
Yeah, and like you said, later in the night, Christian Noir was confronted with that video. I mean, I've talked to our production team. They have no idea where it came from.
Oh man, Noir blindsides the Bearcat. Yes, to your point, Paul, to follow up on that, I mean, obviously there's Wi-Fi in this building. Someone had used an independent Wi-Fi connection to air that video. our production team at IndyWrestling.us is top-notch. They have everything under control. Nothing slips through the cracks. So someone did that with a very devious purpose to have that video play.
Come on, keep off the
Yeah, I blame the Russians.
Make me DQ.
Stiff headbutt from Noir.
Come on, 1, 2.
And you want to talk about a vicious athlete, Noir trying to rearrange the facial features of the Bearcat.
Yeah, now we're starting to see the real Christian Noir right here.
He's settled in, so to speak.
Yes, he has.
This is his playground, being able to torture an opponent slowly and meticulously like this. And man, did he waffle Keith Haught with that clothesline. Keith got the shoulder up, but again, Noir going right back to it.
What are you doing?
He's like a man possessed here now.
He may be possessed. And as I said, for the first time in a long time, we're seeing Noir lose his cool inside those ring ropes.
Yeah, he's staring back at those demons are staring back at him, and he's not liking what he sees. That's for sure.
Did you notice that occasionally you'll see Noir peek up at that video screen?
Yeah, he's definitely distracted here. I don't blame him. I mean, like I said, we don't know where that came from or who made it or who's behind it.
Come on, out the corner, Keith. Let's go.
Again.
Look at the cold stare from Noir.
Come on! I'm not Meg, I can hit! Come on, what do you mean? Come on, you're out the corner, come on!
And Keith Haught is daring Noir to take a shot.
Yeah, he's playing those mind games right back. This is a different side of Keith Haught, that's for sure.
Motivated for success is Keith Haught. As much as he loves to have fun, he loves the competition of professional wrestling even more.
Oh yeah, let's not forget. I mean, you touched on it earlier. This man was within inches of being the grand champion, only to have it snatched away from him. So he's got a lot to prove here at Ryse.
Noir launching himself like a kamikaze, and this does not bode well for Keith Haught as he's tied up in the ropes. And you do not want to be defenseless when you're in there with a merciless athlete like Noir.
Oh, no. If Noir gets you tied up, he's not going to let up for 1 second, that's for sure.
Notice Keith Haught got that shoulder up at 1.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
And as sadistic as Noir is, you can see how much of an athlete he is, but he's not taking that route right now. He is biting the face of Keith Haught.
Yeah, he went from scientific to snacking on Keith Haught real quick.
How demented do you have to be to try to chew on an opponent in the middle of a matchup?
I mean, I've gotten hungry before, but never that hungry.
And that sick smile will send chills down your spine. He's reversing. Up and over goes Noir.
Keith Haught using that center of gravity.
And Noir got squashed. Talk about gravity. All the gravity came crashing down on the rib cage of Christian Noir. But this has been such a physical matchup here.
Keith Haught does not look like the athlete of the day, to quote Dusty Rhodes, but he also knows how to use that wide body of his.
Well, it may be some hard times for the Bayou Scarecrow here.
Put a little flip-flop and fly, courtesy of the Dream.
Beautiful senton. Keith Haught is so deceptively agile in there as Noir gets the shoulder up for this matchup to continue.
Just measuring Christian Noir here.
This is the kick, and he got blinded.
Referee's calling for the bell.
Noir got desperate, And
Right in front.
whoa!
Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Paul, Whites, are we on? Whites are out here, and it's that video again, Paul.
I mean, this ain't the other place where they don't pay their bills. It can't be the
What is this?
This is that same video we saw a month ago.
Well, Noir, we can see Noir's still in the ring, but where's Keith Haught?
Has anybody got communication with the production truck? What's going on here?
Are we still on? Does somebody want to tell me if we're still on? Look behind you.
Uh-oh.
Wait, who's in the ring?
They've got their back to us. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but they have definitely got Christian Noir's attention. And that's Noir's mask. That's Badger!
Whoa!
That's Honey Badger!
We have not seen her in months!
And look out! She just missed it! Christian Noir! Honey Badger is back in the building. We have not seen her since she took those hellacious chair shots in the Ryse Grindhouse War.
The demons are now haunting Noir!
As a result of a disqualification, the Bearcat, Keith Haught!
The Grindhouse tried to take her out, but the ghosts are now haunting the Grindhouse.
The Badger is back in the building, and I think she, in no uncertain terms, told Christian Noir exactly what she thinks of him.
And Keith Haught was tag partners with her for several months.
Yeah, but I don't know if that really matters.
She walked away. She doesn't look like she has any interest in Keith Haught.
I think she has one thing on her mind and one thing only, and that's Christian Noir. And Keith Haught.
What is the story here? That is a what?
Introducing first, at a combined weight of 419 pounds, from Rip City, the intense icon Joshua Bishop, Maserati, West Barkley, the Rip City Shooters!
The tag team division here in Ryse Pro Wrestling has always had high caliber athletes, and the Rip City Shooters are quite possibly the hottest and most successful tag team currently anywhere in the Midwest of the United States. Joshua Bishop and Wes Barkley make their home in Absolute Intense Wrestling, where they have set that particular promotion on fire. And they are looking to stake a claim all across the independent landscape. And if you want to do that in Pittsburgh, well, here is the test in the main event.
That's right. You've got to be top of your game to even get invited here to Ryse Wrestling, let alone get a shot against the main event.
You watch your mouth, kid. Or what are you going to do about it?
And introducing their opponents.
I've said it for over a year, and you will hear me continue to say it. Quite possibly the best tag team in Pittsburgh today. The the perfect combination of size, speed, and power. It is the All-Star, Ganon Jones Jr. It is the metahuman, Duke Davis. They are the main event.
And Jim, they are back home in Ryse Wrestling.
I defy anyone to find a better tag team on the independent scene than Duke and Ganon.
Really? What's up, Ryse Wrestling? What's going on? How you doing?
And as tremendous as it is to see these two back home here in the Stronghold, I would not be surprised if we see these two on national television sooner rather than later.
Yeah, you speak the truth there, Jim. You know, these guys have been traveling all over, not just the country, but internationally as well. They've been in Canada, they've been in New York, Indiana, Cleveland, and all along while they're there, they're not just wrestling, they're training. They have stepped it up. They have taken their game to a new level, if that is even possible. You will not find two guys in this industry today who train harder, who study the game better than Duke and Ganon.
That's funny. So,
You guys gotta beat them to get the belts first. You wanna show them what's up?
You know, Paul, I had a chance to talk to Duke Davis earlier. He told me that they know the reputation of the Rip City Shooters. They're not going to take these guys lightly. They know they're on home turf here, and they do not want to come up short in their return here to Ryse.
As good as these guys are, that is the one thing that they will never do, and that's take an opponent lightly, and that's what makes them so great.
Bishop and Barkley collide center ring. And Bishop found himself between a pair of size 14s.
Maybe a size 28?
I think the Rip City Shooters are heading
They've
out
had
here.
enough already.
They may be heading back to the Buckeye State.
Yeah, well, I don't think the main event's going to let that happen. They came back to Ryse Wrestling for a fight, and they're not going to let this end this quickly.
That's one thing that for our viewers that may be unaware, Bishop and Barkley are, although they are tremendous in-ring athletes, particularly Josh Bishop has had some insane matches on AIW, has taken many a risk. And how often do we see any tag team combination physically match up against the main event like this? Look out! Duke into the wall.
Ate a full face full of that wall. So look at that. He's coming right back. And right into the dining chair.
come with me, little guy.
And Bishop may be losing his punch after that shot to the midsection.
Duke proves the dining chairs aren't just for sitting.
But Bishop is a real roughneck in there. This guy, he's flown out of balconies before. There's no risk he won't take. And the dining chair has been destroyed.
Hey, the challenge was there and Duke met it.
Paul, in many ways, it's a privilege to be able to see the main event here live in front of us in the Stronghold.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, I made a career out of being a tag team specialist, and I can tell you right now, there is no better team, no team out there I enjoy watching more than the main event. Hey, we got a bell.
What a novel idea. I got to be honest with you. I was.
All right, let's have a match now, guys.
I was fearing for my life when they were up here. I didn't realize that, yeah, a bell hadn't even rung yet. We're officially underway.
All right, 10 minutes in, we got the bell.
If we can attempt to reset here, as I said, Bishop in particular has been in some wild matches. He is a very durable athlete.
What you got? Two.
But when it comes to pure athletics, there may be no one better than the all-star Ganon Jones Jr.
Not only had pure athletics, but game plan strategy. You heard him calling out the plays there to Duke Davis. There's the pass off.
And Duke's going to improvise.
Hey, that's what makes these guys great.
Am I that audible?
Improvised or audible, whatever terminology you want to use.
Right.
It is football season, but things have been depressing here in the Steel City when it comes to the football season.
Come on, Rev. Pull it here.
In Tag Team Strategy 101, Duke immediately realized where Bishop was and positioned Bishop in the main event corner. If you can, speak to how important it is to cut that ring in half.
Very important. We had a little bit of fun there with that last exchange with Duke Davis and Ganon, but that just goes to show you, even when things don't go quite as planned, these guys are level-headed and they know how to move on.
Speaking of dropping a pass, thank God Moncrief got released.
Yeah, I heard he dropped the pen sign in it.
Bishop back up to a vertical base. Fighting his way out. I'm telling you, this guy's tough. But you want to talk about improvising. That quickly, that fast, that agile, Ganon got off of his feet to deliver a drop kick.
I know there's a lot to be said about the size of these two guys, and they are definitely two massive individuals. But they are also, oh, look out there.
You want to talk about opportunistic. Bishop chop blocking Ganon, snapping the knee down in that knee brace of that surgically repaired knee. May have inadvertently put a target on it because the Rip City shooters now know what to focus on. They now know their game plan.
Yeah, they need, Ganon needs that brace for protection, obviously, because he's had some trouble with those knees. But yeah, you're right. That just tells your opponent, hit me here.
Wes Barkley, while he is very accomplished out of the state of Ohio, while he has a reputation that precedes him, he is also very diabolical.
Rip City still sucks, huh?
There is no opportunity that this guy won't exploit like that right there. And wrenching away on the knee. I don't have to tell you how dangerous that can be.
There's too many more shots like that. Ganon may be sitting out here with us. That's what got me here.
Once again, the opportunistic nature of Josh Bishop going to exploit the positioning of the referee. And using that bandana in his back pocket to strangle Ganon, which was no accident that he brought that to the ring with him. He brought it to the ring with him for one purpose. There is just a different type of energy when the main event is in the building.
Oh, there's no two ways about that. These guys can bring a crowd to their feet in any arena that they are in.
Barkley again being a very exploitative individual.
You notice he snapped Ganon over by the hair, but then he went right back to that leg, and he went right to positioning Ganon in their half of the ring.
He's also a very cocky young man as well.
Yeah, you got to watch that when you go up against the main event.
I think that's what have made the Rip City Shooters such a successful tag team in recent months, because not only are they physically impressive, they get in the mind, they get under the skin of their opponents.
That was for you right there.
Barkley on the floor, that's a mistake. I don't mean to, I'm not here to criticize, but you can't be on the floor jawing with the fans.
You might want to pay attention to the match at hand. At some point, Duke Davis has had about enough here. He's trying to get in there. I know he wants to see, he wants to help his buddy out, but he's not really doing a lot of favors there for Ganon right now, like distracting the referee.
And there was no tag there, which allowed Bishop to neutralize Ganon until Barkley was able to get inside the ring. And now Ganon is in real jeopardy because this figure four is simultaneously a submission and a potential pinfall predicament for the Pro Wrestling All-Star. Ganon has to keep those shoulders off the mat as pain.
There he is. He's trying to get to that rope, and he's got to it.
That long frame, those physical gifts, were Ganon's assets right there because it allowed him to reach the ropes.
Now a shot to Duke on the edge of the ring, knocks him on the floor.
Duke Davis looks like he is seething. Forgive the language, but you don't want to piss off the metagame.
Oh, no way.
Best wrestlers alive.
He is well-rounded.
Make sure it stays good.
as flawless as the main event are, perhaps the one chink in the armor is that surgically repaired knee.
Yeah, unfortunately, like you said, like we touched on it, he needs that for protection, but it also says hit me here.
Something about Barkley that is just rather agitating.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It'll get under your skin.
The athletic ability is there, but so's a bad attitude. Bishop's another one with a bona fide mean streak. He's a talented young athlete, and he knows it. I'm not sure. He may have caught Ganon behind the ear that time.
Real close there. Hard to tell with all that hair Ganon has, but I think he did catch him.
You get hit in the ear, that throws off your equilibrium, which is why Ganon may not realize which direction that Duke Davis is urging that tag from.
Yeah, he's having a lot of trouble standing because of all the punishment to the knee, but they knock his equilibrium off. It's going to be even worse for him to try to get to his feet.
Ganon, you can see the desperation here. He's swinging at anything in arm's length. Double drop kick, but immediately clutches the knee.
He jammed that knee doing that. He's got to get over to Duke Davis now. He's got to make this tag at the main event. There's a chance here. Come on, kid, get over there.
Duke reaching with everything he has, but the question is, does Ganon have enough? Does Ganon know where he is? Does Ganon know where he's at in the ring?
Working his way over there, slowly but surely. He's got it. Look out, the roof is going to come off of this place.
And this is why you don't cross Duke Davis. Effortlessly done. Such power. Look out!
The big man flies.
Quite frankly, there is nothing the metahuman can't do inside those ring ropes.
Look out from behind there.
Bishop blindsides Duke. Tag team continuity is a trademark from the Rip City Shooters, but the same can be said for the main event. Like that right there.
He's got him here.
Hooks the legs. And Bishop.
Wait a minute. That would have been it had he not pulled the ref out.
He put his hands on George Ross, who knows how important this matchup is. This matchup was highly anticipated. George is going to try to be as lateral as he can here. Bishop's on his bicycle.
Yeah, this match is a potential candidate for #1 contender to the Tag Team Championships. Oh, look out!
No!
Misdirection, and Ganon caught Duke right in the head with that kick.
Duke's head snapped back very awkwardly. And what power by Bishop!
You do not see a misstep by the main event often like that, but...
And how many people can take Ganon Jones Jr. off his feet like that?
I'll tell you what, I've not seen these guys before, but these Rip City Shooters are impressing me here. I mean, they are hanging in there with the main event.
Well, they had a reputation, and this could be an upset. You can see the exhaustion all on the face of Duke Davis. And again, I'm going to say it, there aren't many teams that come into the stronghold that can impose their will on the main event.
That's right.
Like we're seeing right here.
The main event was virtually undefeated for nearly 2 years until they suffered that loss to System Elite for the Tag Team Championships.
10 minutes.
Barkley got planted.
Ganon rolls him through. Hits him with the knee.
The main event is hitting their strides.
Look out here.
Later. Cover. And that'll do it.
The winners of this match as a result of a pinfall, the metahuman Duke Davis, the All-Star Ganon Jones Jr., the main event.
It was physical. It was hard fought. It was competitive. But the main event are on home turf. And they may be on their way back to reclaiming that turf. Well, I have to ask the question, when or if the main event gets their hands on System Elite, could we see new Ryse Tag Team Champions?
Well, without a doubt, the main event has cemented themselves. They had to have cemented them a spot as the #1 contenders here.
And we have to give it up to the Rip City Shooters. They were brash, they were cocky, but they took the fight to the best tag team in Pittsburgh.
Well, they definitely hung in there, but in the end, the power, speed, and agility of the main event was just too much for them.
Mark my words, Paul. I sincerely believe that one day we're going to see these guys on national television.
Duke Davis asking for the mic here.
I can't let you leave yet. I gotta talk to you about something.
Yeah. Oh, no. What happened? Happy birthday.
This has been on my mind. Sorry, Ryse. I just got something to say.
Don't do it.
It's been on my mind for the past few months since we lost in the tournament. I want to say in front of every single person in these seats at the Stronghold, I want to let you know that I'm sorry. Against System Elite in the finals, I took my eye off the ball. No, it's not cool. Take these gloves off. And I want to say, I'm sorry.
Months ago, man.
I don't think there's any cause for that.
It's not.
Blindside them.
Because right now, we're standing here without any championships. The only reason why the main event is that Ryse Wrestling is to become champions. We've won at Fight Society in McKeesport. We've won at IWC. We've won in New York City. So, I don't care who has to make this happen. It could be the big man back there, Paul Atlas. It could be Miss Chrissy. It could be Coach K. It could be Marcus Mann. But in December, at the anniversary show, right here in this ring, System Elite will have to face the main event.
Well, big man, if I can make it happen, I would.
So, I don't even know if they're in the building or not. Ty, Edric, System Elite, come down that aisle.
And we may get this set.
Wait a minute. There's Edric Everhart, but I don't see Ty Cross.
Well, the challenge has been laid out.
Paper champion.
Paper champ! Paper champ! Paper champ! Paper champ!
You know, you say all these things like this match is gonna happen.
You're scared. Asterisk.
Scaredy cat.
We're not scared. What have you done in Ryse for the past couple months?
They won.
Where have you been at Ryse the past couple months?
Winning.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You guys going out making a name for yourselves. That's what wrestling is. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. But don't come into our house and say you're the home team. System Elite is the home team. We're here every single month and we're defending these titles and we're winning.
Where's Ty? Where's Ty?
Oh, granted, you're winning. Congratulations. But you know,
And Ty knows, Matt Carter knows who the team you want to face. It is right in this ring. Don't make any mistake about that.
That is the matchup these fans want to see, Paul.
That is for sure.
I don't care what these people want. Why would I care what these people want? They boo me. They don't like me. All I care about is having this. All you care about is having this. So you know what? On behalf of Kai.
Where's your boyfriend at?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Whoa.
I know, right?
All right. Andrew, come back there. I know what he wants. I know what you want.
You have anything I want.
All right. If System Elite wins the main event, will never wrestle at Ryse Wrestling.
Wait a minute, Paul. That's
a
the
tall
highest
order.
stakes possible.
They're going to put their careers at Ryse on the line against those tag team championships.
We're going to put our careers at Ryse on the line. For that.
System Elite has a way to get rid of the main event forever.
There it is. There it is. I knew it. I knew you couldn't handle us beating you. You couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle not being champion. So you know what? You fell right into it. You fell right into it. Because guess what? At the anniversary show, it's System Elite versus the main event, and we get rid of you for good.
Edric Everhart has just accepted on behalf of System Elite.
So, all right, we get our tag team championship at the anniversary show, right?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. All right, great. Because we don't plan on losing. So, Ty, bring that camera close. Edric, System Elite, welcome to the main event.
Well, there you have it. The career in Ryse Wrestling of the main event versus the tag team championships at the anniversary show in December. It has been signed and it has been made.
December 14th. History will be made one way or another. We will see a championship coronation, or we will witness the last match for the main event in Ryse Pro Wrestling. It's the ultimate stakes at the biggest event on the Ryse calendar.
It does not get any bigger than that. And I'll tell you right now, I love Vegas and I'm a fan.
That's a combined weight of 24 karat gold. Golden sheep.
Paul, I gotta tell you, word is around the stronghold here that RPW, he's MIA.
Yeah, I mean, we see Calvin Couture, we see BC Steele, but I don't see Robert Parker Williams.
I'm not sure what the story is.
There seems to be a little extra bounce in Couture's step here tonight.
Well, despite being down a partner, Couture is grinning like a Cheshire cat. I'm not sure that he realizes he's going to be outnumbered.
Yeah, well, not great. BC Steele's got the mic.
Feel free to hit the mute button right about
Yeah, don't shut the music off, kid.
now.
Okay, so I'm going to make this short and sweet and simple so you can understand. Robert Parker Williams clearly is not here. So as a result of that, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to postpone the match. We can do it next month. We'll be good. How about you and me? We go. We get a bite to you. We do some. No RPW means no golden sheet means no matchup tonight. Let's go.
Well, that's an out for
So what you're
Calvin.
saying is RPW abandoned us.
No. He's just not here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see him here.
I don't have a text. Because I can get service.
So he's not responding to you. All right, great.
None of us respond
Some
to
golden
him.
sheep dissension.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So, let's say I called in a little favor. I have a replacement for our PW.
Okay.
Should we bring him out?
Well, wait a
He
minute.
is an uprise standout. He's pretty fashionable. He is the trophy boy, Tyler Klein.
Wait a minute, Paul. That was a little too convenient, if you ask me. How did Couture get a replacement here so fast?
Has he got this guy on speed dial? He was down at the Burger King? I mean, I don't know.
We know that Tyler Klein is the personal stylist for Calvin Couture, but again, how did Couture get Tyler Klein here in such breakneck speed?
And he's dressed to wrestle.
Yeah, Klein was ready to compete. But that begs the question, where is Robert Parker Williams?
And you say he's his personal stylist, and maybe you can give BC Steele some advice there. He's still in that powder blue. I think you're going to learn.
Bring him out.
So I guess we have a replacement. We do have a tag team matchup here.
Introducing their opponents. And to my weight of 331 pounds, the Madley Lewis, the Keystone Soldier, Drake Braddock. They are military intelligence.
The resident underdogs of Ryse will not back down from a challenge. Impromptu, improvised or not, Drake Braddock and Lewis will compete against anybody.
Yeah, and let's not forget, they were within a hair of winning the tag team titles here a month ago until it was stolen. The victory was stolen by System Elite. You've got the Ricky Morton of Ryse Wrestling, Lewis, and his tag team partner, the Keystone Soldier, Drake Braddock. These guys are fired up and ready for battle.
Drake Braddock is pumped, man. He's the human personification of a can of Red Bull. And Paul, we know that Tyler Klein is a very capable athlete despite being in his early years of wrestling. We saw him just a few months ago at Uprise, as was alluded to by Calvin Couture, but again, this all seems too convenient for me. And
yeah, this Tyler Klein was back there and dressed to compete. I mean,
the guy is a fashion plate.
Yeah, but does he wear that out in public?
Well, I'm not asking these questions.
All right.
Participation trophy.
Some things even I don't want to know the answer to.
Fair enough.
He's a designer. We'll be talking about stitches and staples and all those other things.
That's a whole nother story.
Second half of Ryse Pro Wrestling here, November 9th, 2019. My name's Jim Amato. You're still Paul Atlas.
As far as I know.
As we are building towards the biggest event on the calendar, the 3rd anniversary show on December 14th. And win or lose could determine which one of these teams make it to that anniversary event.
Not only make it to the event, but they could be in line for a shot at whoever wins that tag team titles that night. I mean, the match was made earlier tonight with the main event and System Elite.
And Tyler Klein, despite being a well-conditioned athlete, got outsmarted by Lewis there.
A little schoolyard trip there.
And all of a sudden, the designer is in some peril.
Yeah, Lewis showing a little bit of strength there.
Must be bench pressing those encyclopedias. You You know, it is November, Paul. He's probably brushing up on the Pilgrims and the Native Americans.
Midterms are coming up soon, I'm sure.
Speaking of which, what time are we getting together for Thanksgiving this year?
Oh, same time as last year. If I'm not there, wait for me.
Paul, we didn't get together last year.
There you go. Now you're learning.
Look out. Standing press. Hooks the leg. And if you're Calvin Couture and Tyler Klein, there would be egg all over their face if they're unsuccessful in this juncture.
Yeah, especially the way this match was set up. I have a feeling Calvin Couture knew exactly what he was doing. I don't know if BC Steel was clued in on it, but Calvin Couture definitely had a game plan here tonight.
Hooks the leg here. As we see Drake Braddock in near fall. Speaking of Drake Braddock, Paul, I need to completely crowbar this in because it makes me very happy. Drake Braddock and his lovely wife Sarah had their first child a few months ago. Young Steven, who is healthy and sleeping very well.
Well, that's great. Surprisingly, with a father like Drake, you think the kid would be up 24/7.
You want to talk about all action, all energy, bicycle knee. And the fashion designer may need a dentist.
Want to try that with me?
Yeah, those veneers may have gotten a little dented there.
Come on. Want to try that with me? Let's go.
Go behind by Calvin. One thing we can say about Calvin Couture, he's very braggadocious. All the pageantry he brings to the squared circle. We've seen it time and time again. This guy is a polished, technical athlete.
Oh, yeah, but he's also got a mean streak and a mild line.
Rolls the shoulders there.
This is who you cheer for, huh? This is who you cheer for? Huh?
Lewis got back up to a vertical base, but did you notice Couture showing the signs of a true pro? Transition to the wrist lock because he would not allow Lewis to escape his grasp.
Gymnastics ability there being shown by
Lewis has some hops.
Yes, he does. With Couture going right back to that headlock.
And taking Lewis back down to the canvas where Couture can control the matchup.
Look at that loser with the Lewis shirt in the front row, huh? That's who you got to impress. Try to impress him right there, huh? Right there.
And to your point, that bona fide mean streak from the fashionista of professional wrestling, who will look to extricate himself here.
Yeah, this guy's panties are in a bunch 24/7, that's for sure.
What neck strength, and what an escape. I may not like his attitude, but Couture is getting it done. And I should mention that BC Steel looks very stressed at ringside.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know exactly what to expect here. I mean, this is not the matchup he thought he would have. He thought for sure RPW and Calvin Couture would be taking on military intelligence, not Tyler Klein. I think he's still trying to figure out where he came from.
Well, the patented noogie puts Couture's perfectly placed hair all out of sorts. It's not often that we see Golden Sheik being disjointed. Usually everyone's on the same page.
Let's just say it. They're not on the same page here tonight.
Wrist control from the mixed martial arts expert, the former combat veteran, as he continues to wrench and twist away.
Let me ask you, how many people like Calvin Couture do you think Drake Braddock saw in the military?
I'm not touching that one.
Don't ask, don't tell.
You asked, I'm just not telling. Back kick. Man, that knee whip.
Right on the temple.
The impact lifted Drake Braddock off of the canvas.
And look at Couture just hammering away at the head of Drake Braddock.
And his cocky nature just oozes off of him.
Well, BC seems to be feeling a little better about himself now. He's getting involved like he always does.
Breaking the face here, and that's going to completely disorient Drake Braddock, who is in the absolute wrong part of town right now.
Yeah, that's a hard piece of rubber that encases that cable or the rope there.
Pair of back elbows puts Drake down on the canvas.
I gotta tell you, for two guys we've never seen team together, Tyler Klein and Calvin Couture are really working well together here.
Well, they are associates. Calvin, all those outfits that he shows up to when he arrives here in the Stronghold are designed by Tyler Klein. So, perhaps they've been doing some training, but then again, that tells you that there was more to this story than RPW just didn't happen to show up.
Yeah.
That maybe we're seeing too much tag team continuity when these two supposedly didn't join up here until earlier this evening.
I gotta agree with you on that one, Jim.
There's got to be more to this story. They're working together too well for this to be the case of a completely impromptu situation.
We're gonna have to see if some of our Ryse correspondents can find a little bit more on this story here.
And Tyler Klein has a ton of potential because that guy can move around the ring. But again, there's more to this story.
Sure, again, don't let that exterior fool you. This guy is definitely a competitor.
Well, you can see the guy's in shape. He just happens to be obsessed with the attire he's wearing. But right now, he's wearing out Drake Braddock.
Hey, as long as I got on my best jeans and boots, I'm happy, so he's happy too.
Keep on the ropes.
You're never happy.
Oh, that's true.
Drake up and over.
Crucifix got him for the pin here.
No, shoulders are not down. Very, very wise from Tyler Klein. He knew his shoulders could be in jeopardy, and he rolled through.
Tyler Klein showing a little bit of martial arts capability as well.
Innovative maneuver, spiking the face into the canvas.
Yeah, Drake Braddock went pretty much nose first right into that canvas, and you bump or hit that nose in any kind of fashion, your eyes will start to tear up, and it's going to be hard to see.
Regardless of how Tyler Klein joined this matchup, he's showing that he can hang step for step with some of Ryse's best right here. Reverse blockbuster as Drake's head ricocheted off the canvas, but we know he's double tough. When you serve the military, it's built your DNA.
I got to expound upon it. Not only is he hanging in there with two of the best in Ryse as far as tag teams go, but he's also hanging in there with the best in Ryse as his own partner.
Easy. Got him. Can't believe you guys covered this before. Shut up. Come on, Drake.
Well,
And Tyler
Strange there.
Tyler Klein is also very braggadocious, very brash. And he's getting a little overconfident because you don't want to slap.
Yeah, look at the look on Drake Braddock. Look at that. Look at those eyes.
And Drake Braddock can generate offense from anywhere. Klein ducks, but gets spiked with the power slam.
Beautifully executed power slam, but now Drake Braddock has got to get over and make the tag to Lewis right now. There is no gas in the tank right now for Drake Braddock. He has got to make this tag if they have any chance of winning this match.
Could be a very pivotal moment in this contest here.
Both men reaching over. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Calvin Couture did he just short arm it? Yeah, he did.
He's leaving Tyler Klein high and dry. He's leaving his designer alone on an island.
And look at the look on BC Steele's face.
What's Couture's
shot
here?
Couture's walking out of here. He's throwing a tantrum and walking out of here.
And
meanwhile,
Tyler Klein just got smashed, and military intelligence, they just got to win.
And look at the look on BC.
That is the result of a pinfall. The Keystone Soldier, Drake Braddock, the Barkley, Lewis, military intelligence.
And BC Steele has no idea what just went down here.
And Couture left without BC Steele. BC tending to Tyler Klein.
Yeah, Tyler Klein basically was left to fend for himself.
So did Calvin Couture have a plan? Was Tyler Klein ever in on it? Where the hell is Robert Parker Williams? And where does this leave BC Steel?
More importantly, where does this leave Golden Sheik? Oh, look out here.
Paul, if his pants come off, I'm quitting the business.
I'm out of here. No, they ain't coming off. They're going up. Lewis getting a measure of revenge for something. Well, I'm sure he was a victim of many wedgies growing up. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Purple underwear and blue pants, but I'm not judging.
No, not at all.
Pro wrestling is for everybody, no matter who you are, what background, what color, what religion. We all love seeing BC Steel
get his underwear yanked over his head.
Give it up for Drake Braddock, the new dad of the young Stephen Braddock. Give it up for Lewis, military intelligence. Just over 1 year ago, this young man was life-flighted to a hospital. Wrestling career aside, his life was in jeopardy. But the Firebird is here. There have been rumors swirling about what exactly Shawn Phoenix's announcement may or may not be.
I mean, this guy's been under doctor's care for well over a year after that life-threatening injury that he suffered. Well, let's hear what Shawn has to say.
From a fractured skull to standing back in a squared circle.
Either I'm out of shape or that entrance way got really long. Wow, I'm out of breath. How's everyone doing? Good? So I don't want to take up too much of your time. The last time I stepped foot in this ring was January 5th, and I delivered the news to you all about my life-threatening injury, and I needed to take time off. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a month, couple months, a year, couple of years. I'm standing in this ring November 9th to announce that I'm back.
The Phoenix has risen!
So, management and I have been talking. Next time we're in this building is the Ryse Anniversary Show, and I have never wrestled at the Ryse Anniversary Show. I was on the first show, but I haven't been on any of the anniversary shows. So we decided that I make my return to Ryse Wrestling at the anniversary show. So Ryse is my home. They've given me amazing opportunity after opportunity. They asked me who I wanted to wrestle. And a list of names popped in my head. I have friends all over Pennsylvania, all over America. I have friends in Japan, I have friends in Australia, I have friends in England. So it was kind of hard to narrow it down. And this is such an amazing opportunity for me to return in front of all you guys in my home on the biggest stage of them all. It's really hard to narrow it down. So my announcement is, I return to Ryse Wrestling at the anniversary show, and I'm throwing out an open challenge to whoever wants to step in the ring, and I can show you that I still got it.
Oh, don't say that yet. What an announcement! What a comeback!
Firebird is going to be back in Ryse Wrestling 1 month at the anniversary show, and he's thrown out an open challenge.
December 14th, the Hot Topic Hayabusa steps back into his home, into the stronghold into that squared circle.
And who will his opponent be? Who's going to answer that open challenge?
Introducing first, from 42nd Street, weighing in tonight at 266 pounds, Shirley Doe!
Those are some evil eyes as an evil man walks to his sanctuary, that squared circle where torturing another human being is legal, and that is exactly what Doe intends to do to the apex of combat.
Yeah, this is a man without a heart, without a soul, a man who has gone to war against Ryse for quite some time now, and even though the Grindhouse didn't win that match, Shirley Doe still is making it his mission to make members of the Ryse roster suffer, and tonight, the apex of combat is in his crosshairs.
No one is safe from the hatred that Doe spews. No one is safe from the unique brand of violence that is Shirley Doe. He's gone on record. He wants to break the spirit and break the bones of one of the brightest young athletes to ever grace a Pittsburgh ring.
And introducing his opponent, weighing in tonight at 82 kilograms, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty!
He is one of the most talented, one of the... And Paul, did you see that? The evil smirk from Doe stopped Moriarty in his tracks.
Yeah, this kid, from the first time I ever saw him, I said he was money. This kid is going to be in major promotions before you and I both know it. But right now, he's got one hell of a challenge on his hands in Shirley Doe. Doe is going to look to get into the mind of the apex of combat.
Come on, Lee, take him back.
Moriarty was inspired by Bruce Lee, but I'm going to tell you what. Lee Moriarty is going to have to go to a very dark place, a very sick place, a very twisted place.
Look out.
If he's going to survive against Doe. And just listen to the smack of flesh.
Yeah, this is not going to be your traditional catch-as-catch-can wrestling match, that's for sure.
As far as the smack of flesh, Doe wants his pound of flesh. He wants to eliminate all the potential, all the star power that Moriarty has. And you can see it playing out physically. Moriarty is going to have to match Doe strike for strike, kick for kick.
Yeah, I love Lee. I'm going to tell you right now, Lee's going to have to dig down deep and go to places he really doesn't want to go. But if he's going to survive this match, he's going to have to go.
One of the things that makes Lee Moriarty as great as he is, to have as much potential as he does, is he takes a humble approach to this industry. Oh, God! Doe may have a broken nose after that knee strike. Double stomp, and we are seeing an aggressive Moriarty. Lateral press. and transitions directly into the Fujiwara armbar. And Doe, being a savvy veteran, knew how to escape.
Doe has toured Japan before. He knows exactly how to combat these types of maneuvers.
Doe's going for that choke again. Moriarty fighting out with a sense of urgency. Oh man, again a back fist. I don't know if he caught Doe to the nose or the cheek.
Moriarty can't hesitate here. He's just got to stay on Doe now.
You can tell that this is against Moriarty's nature, but he's going to have to take himself there. And the aggression in the eyes of Moriarty can be seen.
Shirley Doe actually taking a wrestling version of a timeout here by rolling to the outside. Lee is very smart to go out after him, though.
Oh, no.
But this is Shirley Doe territory. Moriarty may be inadvertently playing into the hand of Shirley Doe.
Well, I got to say, if he wants to win this matchup, if he wants to put Shirley Doe in his place, he's going to have to go to Shirley Doe territory. That's the only way you can survive against Doe. You've got to come down to his level.
Did you hear that sickening clank? That was a dull, sickening clank.
That was Doe's skull bouncing off that metal ring post.
Come on, Lee. Come on, Doe. Back inside.
Oh, man. And again, that aggressive nature can sometimes be over-aggressive. And Doe is going to take advantage. And if you have an injury when you're in there with Doe, forget about it.
Yeah, Doe may have been a little knocked senseless a little bit there, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He baited Lee into that.
Going right to the leg, a rabid pit bull. A totally rabid pit bull is Shirley Doe.
It's like I said, this man has no soul, no heart, and definitely no conscience. There's only one thing on Doe's mind, and that is legitimately murdering somebody.
Well, it's legalized assault. Only in the world of professional wrestling could Doe get away with these things. Because for Doe, it's not about the competition. He's made that clear. He wants to hurt Moriarty.
He's not looking to end Lee's career. He's looking to end his life. I mean, let's be honest here. The man is a psychopath.
And not only will that not up the hamstring, that's a good way to tear a hamstring.
Now using that ring as a weapon. Doe will use anything in the building. It doesn't matter to him.
And that's his Mensa level ring psychology, being able to use the ropes in a manner like that.
Oh, there's no two ways about that. When it comes to sadistic, knowing every sadistic move, Shirley Doe is a master.
And again, Doe targeting that hamstring.
Drop kick right to the knee.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Let's face it, a lot of Lee's offense is based off maneuvers that use his leg strength.
Using that spring, so to speak.
Exactly.
And Paul, a side note, that as someone that has had hamstring surgery, non-wrestling situation obviously, but I can tell you, it takes a full year to recover from a major hamstring injury.
Well, yeah, you don't have to be an athlete to have surgery like that. I mean, but yeah, the recovery is
So think about the level that Doe is trying to inflict punishment on Lee Moriarty. He wants to put him out as much as possible.
I told you, he's not looking to end his career. He's looking to end his life.
We got the 3rd anniversary show coming up. Doe may want to put Moriarty on the shelf until the 4th anniversary.
If not permanent. Lee trying to shake that leg out.
Yeah, that diving European uppercut may be desperation more than anything else. Anything to create some space. And there's that innovative offense, internationally inspired, finds
You got enough.
2. but the toughness of Doe is just as synonymous as the sickness he brings to the squared circle.
It takes a lot. You need like a nuclear missile to put this guy
Come on, Lee, up to her. Come on.
If Doe doesn't enjoy pain, he may need a chiropractor.
You're dead.
Oh my God! What height on a diving European uppercut! And again, Doe gets the left shoulder up, and Moriarty has a look of shock on his face. I don't blame him. That was a high-impact maneuver.
Let's face it, Lee Moriarty is not one to be sadistic. He's not one to try to purposely maim an individual. He's trying to do that here because he knows it's how he can survive against Shirley Doe. But Shirley Doe just keeps coming back. What's that going to do for the mental state of Lee Moriarty?
Rolling pump kick gets intercepted, and Moriarty got clotheslined out of his shoe. He may be unconscious.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't think Shirley Doe cared if there was a 3 count there. He did not make an attempt in a straight up pin.
It's over! Well, we talked about it. His goal is not to win this matchup. It's not about competition for him.
No, he's trying to kill Lee Moriarty. Let's face it.
Ripcord. Lee puts on the brakes. But Doe boxing elbows. Silly head DDT.
Got him with that silly head DDT.
Doe has won championships across the world with that maneuver. And how the hell did Moriarty kick out at one?
But again, Doe made no real effort to make a solid pin attempt. I don't think he wanted to pin him. I'm telling you, he's trying to kill him.
An inner drive that we may never understand is bringing Moriarty up to his feet here.
I told you Lee's going to have to go places he does not want to go tonight.
Wait, Doe's got a chair.
Yeah, this is getting real dangerous. You think Doe cares about the referee admonishing him?
And thankfully, George Ross interjecting himself here.
Had to.
But what does Doe have in his hand? Now, wait a minute. Doe clearly, this is a well-laid trap. A well-laid trap. I don't know what that was.
I don't know. He just kind of threw it a little more. Look out, he's got that choke locked in now.
That's the camel clutch. Camel clutch. And now with the body lock.
He's going more for like a rear naked choke here.
One. And Moriarty may be unconscious, Paul.
Checking in. Hold on. He's not out yet.
You can see the pain etched on the face. What do you say, Lee?
Lee trying to find his way to those ropes now.
Get away now, Lee.
Doe has the one leg grapevine, but the other leg's out and loose, and Lee was trying to get
Lee's
to
out of
rope.
it.
I think he's passed out. Lee Moriarty is passed out.
He refused to tap out. He wouldn't give it up, but his body gave out.
Well, come on here, referee. You got to get him off of there.
Come on!
Get him off of there. He can cause permanent damage to him.
As a result of a submission.
No!
Doe will not release the hold. Doe will not release this hold.
The referee has reversed his decision. As a result of a disqualification, the winner of this match, Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty.
The referee's reversed the decision, but I don't know if you noticed, there's Brandon Kay in the ring now.
Doe being disqualified for not releasing that hold, but Doe does not see Brandon. He does now, and thankfully the founder of Ryse coming to the aid of Moriarty.
He would have had to. Doe was going to go back to that choke. I think I told you, he was trying to kill Moriarty. And Brandon Kay is fired up here now. Lee was his prized student. Look out. Hold on.
Doe's got Brandon.
Now he's got the choke on Brandon. He's trying to choke Brandon
Brandon
out.
is being suffocated in
Wait a
his
minute.
own ring, in his own building.
Lee looking at the chair, looking at the situation. Come on, Lee.
And Moriarty just cracked Doe.
But look at that. There's no effect. Doe's enjoying this.
This is sick.
Just laid it into the head.
Dead in that chair.
again. Now Doe finally down. But Lee seems shocked that he was actually able to do what he did. But he had no choice. Doe was trying to kill Brandon Kay.
Doe leaves a path of destruction.
The ring looks like a car crash. If Doe had a brain, he'd probably have a concussion. Lee's beside himself.
What resolution will there be,
Ladies and
if
gentlemen,
any?
as a result of a disqualification, the winner of this match, Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty!
The ref has reversed the decision, but I don't think Shirley Doe gives a damn. He didn't want the victory anyway. I kept telling you he was trying to kill Lee Moriarty.
This may be a rivalry that scars the soul of the apex of combat.
Introducing first, accompanied by the gavel, David Lawless, Esquire, from Yale University, weighing in tonight at 240 pounds. He is the new beginning, your guru, Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham!
Hashtag
Ladies
privilege.
and gentlemen, tonight, as David Lawless did earlier, I will be victorious, and I will change the lives of each and every one of you, because Ziggy Haim, that is not your name. You are forever Jinx, and changing your name can't change what's wrong with you. You are lost, but I can save you, and I am so fired up and proud of my system. If I don't win here tonight and change all your lives, I won't be here next month to help David Lawless. I'm that confident, so Jinx, come on out.
And introducing his opponent, from Las Vegas, Nevada, standing at 4 feet 11 inches tall, she is the Stray Diamond Dog, Ziggy Haim!
You want to talk about female empowerment? That is Ziggy Haim. This young lady backs down from nobody. However, hashtag privilege is 1-0 so far tonight, and with Wallace at ringside, I believe that Ziggy may have the odds stacked against her once again.
We had an entire match based around how sexy you think you are.
I am sexy!
You're not!
I'm going to say this as respectfully as possible, Paul. Ziggy is much prettier than David Lawless.
Well, yes.
Is he though?
She wears fishnets much better than Wallace does.
I'm sorry we saw that, too.
Ziggy's ready.
And I'm not talking about Ziggy.
He's so dumb he can't go on, James! He's an idiot!
She wears plaid much better than Wallace does, too. She's also much nicer than Wallace.
Oh, who isn't?
She's much politer than Wallace.
Who isn't?
She's much more popular than Wallace.
Who isn't?
God bless George
And now
Ross.
Wallace is out of here.
Get to stepping, pal.
Give me the tape. Come here. Watch the tape. Watch the replay. Watch the replay.
I love it.
Hey, take a hike, pal. He is Hey!
Goodbye!
You've been held in contempt, kid. Get out of here.
See you later. Hopefully much later. But Rockingham may look to make an example out of Ziggy here. Beautiful leverage maneuver.
Yeah,
Shoulders
going for
down.
a quick. Ziggy Haim going for the quick pin here. Almost got it on Daniel Rockingham.
Dr. Dan charging in. Beautiful Rana from Ziggy.
Landed him face first into that middle turnbuckle.
Yoshi Tonic again using the leverage. Shoulders down. Swing and a miss. Diving meteor off the ropes. Innovative offense as well.
Ziggy pulling out all the stops here to try and beat Daniel Rockingham.
And she was too smart for that one.
Let's remember, Ziggy's coming off an injury here. She's trying to get back in full force.
Yeah, those ribs are finally healed up, thankfully. Oh, twisting backbreaker, wrenching the body. And she hits the canvas hard, Paul. I didn't want to have to address it in this matchup, but it's a harsh reality. Has nothing to do with the gender. The bottom line is Ziggy has a very serious size disadvantage.
Oh, without a doubt. Again, gender aside.
Yeah, 115 pounds is 115 pounds. And that's what she's bringing to the ring. Her heart may weigh more than this damn building.
Oh, yeah.
As far as her body, Rockingham has a huge weight, size, and power advantage because of it.
And like I stated, she's still just coming off of that rib injury she suffered by the newest member of the Ryse the newest member of the Ryse roster, Max. And then not forget, Tony Johnson took advantage of that so he could advance in the Ryse of a Contender tournament.
In our feature presentation tonight, it will be Johnson and PB Smooth one-on-one to determine the challenger for the championship at the anniversary show. And he's got the self-help pamphlet. George is taking no guff tonight, Paul.
Hey, he is not a proponent of the system.
But he has a second pamphlet. Oh, we heard it. We heard that paper shred the skin. That is nasty. And that's that mean streak we mentioned earlier about Dr. Dan. He planting an elbow right to the base of the spine.
I did not use the paper!
Wallace is running for office, and Dr. Dan may be as trustworthy as some of those politicians.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That's exactly what we were talking about earlier with the severe size and weight advantage. He just ragdolled Ziggy into that corner.
Her body violently bounced off the canvas. And I'm getting a little uncomfortable watching this thing. She avoided the contact, thank God.
Thankfully. That could have been the end of it right there, and I'm not talking the match.
To see this young lady fight is inspiring, to say the least. But she got hung up. What is he doing? He's got that pamphlet stuffed in her mouth. Oh wow. Kicked her right in the side of the face. That could, we could have an abrupt halt to this matchup. And Paul, I almost wish that would have been a 3 count just so she didn't have any more punishment. I'm not trying to sell her short. I just don't want to see this young lady get hurt out here.
None of us do.
Because Dr. Dan, this jerk.
Oh my. You just heard that impact right on the spine.
And look at this young lady fight. But man, it took just one shot.
I know she's got a lot of heart, and I know, these victories mean a lot to her, but I'm sorry. I just think right now she's really overmatched.
Oh, no. Oh. And this is what I'm telling you with the size disadvantage.
And going right after those ribs again.
What are you doing? I'm going to read it. Oh, my God. What are you doing? I'm trying to help her.
What a disrespectful.
No. Come on, get rid of the pack. We've got to get enough.
Trying to extricate herself here, and she does. Dr. Dan was too damn busy trying to promote his self-help system. Oh, no. Oh, no. Her body contorted. This is brutal. This is unnecessary. She's fighting with the one free whip that she has. Stunner!
Yeah, but how much is this match taken out of Ziggy right now? She may have stopped the bleeding momentarily, but this young lady is out.
Jinx gives everything. I'm sorry, Ziggy. Former Jinx, my apologies. Ziggy gives everything she has every time.
5, 6.
She will leave this building exhausted or in pieces, but she will not give up. Nip up. Face breaker. She's reaching a second gear, boxing the ears.
She's going to have to if she has any attempt to survive this matchup.
An almost primal sense of a fight here, Paul. Launching herself at Dr. Oh, look out.
Well, he kicked out, but Jinx able to, Ziggy able to turn that into an elbow drop.
That was quite innovative. I don't know if it was incidental or coincidental, but it was effective.
It worked. That's all that matters.
And for some reason, I don't really feel bad for Dr. Dan.
No, not in the least bit.
Come on, up the hair, Dr. Dan. Come on, 1, 2. Come on, up the hair.
Oh, man, boxing the face.
Come on, off it.
Wait a minute.
She countered. Shoulders down.
She got him.
The winner of this match, as the result of the pinfall, the Stray Diamond Dog, Ziggy Haim!
Rockingham went for the O'Connor roll.
And yeah, Jinx reversing it, getting a pinfall of her own.
You got to admire the fight. You got to admire the heart, and you have to admire the desire of Ziggy Haim.
But what kind of a toll did this match take on her?
You can't measure heart, but damn it, Ziggy has a lot of damn heart to measure. Hell of an effort.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all in my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with it who lying for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go go to your places, I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother, I barely could trust you. I talked to a shorty, she bagging the bugging. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune on flipping the ride. I can't be mixy when iffy the vibe, and 40 on 50 is really the time. Why is you all on my phone like you want me, like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side? I don't know if you thinking I'm blind. Cross on my crosses and doubt on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's word of the wise. Dubbing the mixes I'm mixing, I know I've been missing. I needed some personal time. All the pictures, dimensions, I don't with your digits. I mean it, I'm staying inside. Cause they got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me it's gonna be some dread.
The Iceman, an athlete.
Somebody get him out of the shower?
An athlete that has been undefeated in singles action here in the Stronghold since June of 2018. Nearly a year and a half undefeated is Tony Johnson. In the course of this Rise of a Contender tournament, it was Johnson defeating Keith Haught in the opening round and Ziggy Haim in the second round to advance to the finals here.
But this is going to be his toughest test to date in PB Smooth.
Ironically, the last loss that Johnson suffered was in a 30-minute Ironman match against the current champion, Matt Connor. Could this path be the path that Johnson uses to avenge that loss?
Well, we're about to find out.
If you built a professional wrestler from the ground up, you are looking at it. PB Smooth. Size, power, agility. He checks all the boxes. He has no flaws in his game. And if he wants to reach the pinnacle of Rise, he will have to defeat one of the men that have defined Rise. Quite frankly, Paul, we are in for what I believe will be one of the best in-ring contest that we will see in the history of Rise as we go to the biggest event in the history of Rise, December 14th. Who will challenge Matt Connor? Will it be Tony Johnson or PB Smooth?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's really smart of Tony Johnson to be mocking PB Smooth. You do not want to get this big man riled up.
It's a joke, huh? All right, ring the bell. So moist.
What's this all about?
We're ready for our feature presentation. We're ready for the bell. And neither Matt Connor nor Edric Everhart are scheduled to be out here. Matt Connor showing off that championship belt. A championship that he has held for 16 of the 24 months that the Grand Championship has existed.
What? Think we could go a whole show without seeing the whole reason you guys are here to begin with?
Yeah, not see you.
Who are you? Is that Mario?
Yes, that's Mario. It's somebody that paid a ticket for me.
I've been watching the show in the back the whole night, and I don't know why any of you are even still here. Considering the quality that drops when the champs aren't on the show.
Very proud of himself.
Well, I figured in order to save this main event, we come show our faces to give you a reason to sit through it.
I believe this is the champion playing mind games.
No matter how this turns out,
you're not winning anything.
Yeah, he is. You're mine. Shine it up.
You're just on a road that leads to a dead end.
Yeah, you're dead.
I look forward to watching you two beat each other senseless, just to be disappointed when you get in there with me. Enjoy yourselves. You're all welcome.
What an arrogant champion.
These look good.
I'll never doubt his skills, but the arrogance is disgusting.
And apparently, they're going to take a seat here at ringside and watch the match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is the final round of the Rise of a Contender tournament. The winner of this match will be the #1 contender for the Rise Grand Championship and will receive their title shot at this year's anniversary show. Introducing first, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in tonight at 195 pounds. They call him a lot of names. The greatest of all Rise. A new Pittsburgh legend. Iceman Tony Johnson. But for tonight, you can refer to him as T.J. Cool.
Tony Johnson with the assist and the ring announcer. Red needs all the help he can get.
Yeah, he beat me to it.
And introducing his opponent from the concrete jungle of New York City, towering in at 6 feet 9 inches tall, and weighing in tonight at 258 pounds.
Oh, come on.
Now PB Smooth with the assist.
Is the #1 contender for the Rise Grand Championship. He is larger than life, Mr. Fresh to Death, Pretty Boy Smooth.
That is a lie.
Well, everybody willing to give Red a hand tonight.
He's a good kid.
Not yet.
That's what this match is for.
Not yet, buddy.
You ready, Tony?
Not yet.
Yes. Whoa. TJ Cool.
Are you ready, TJ?
Ring the bell.
Opening bell here, our feature presentation, November 9th of 2019. It is the finals of the Rise of a Contender tournament. My name is Jim Amata, being joined by Pittsburgh legend Paul Atlas as IndyWrestling.us and the Indie Wrestling Network bring you this feature presentation to determine the challenger for the Rise Grand Championship December 14th.
And our grand champion has picked the ringside seat for this one, along with his running buddy Edric Everhart.
I didn't buy all that to be moist. I bought all that to be cool. I thought it was TJ Trash. TJ Trash. TJ Trash. TJ Trash.
Obviously, Johnson has proven himself throughout this tournament, but I believe being thrown off of his game seconds after the bell rings will not suit him well.
No, not at all. Well, let's face it, other than the 30-minute Ironman loss to Matt Connard, this is going to be, without a doubt, Tony Johnson's toughest test to date. PB Smooth, it's all fun and games, but he's not here to play.
Interesting to note, Paul, the last loss that Johnson suffered, as you said, was against Matt Connard in June of 2018. The only loss that PB Smooth has on his record here at Rise is in May of this year against Matt Connard with a nefarious assist from System Elite. So regardless of the winner of this contest, someone will have a chance to avenge that previous loss and avenge it, in the biggest way possible for the Grand Championship.
Oh, not to take anything away from either man, because they're great athletes and great competitors. But yeah, I mean, our champion is the only man to put both these guys down recently.
Did Johnson just slap PB Smooth?
That was a big mistake, kid.
And we are going to see the power and the dominance from PB Smooth. What a vertical leap from Johnson, but he got caught that time. And being ragdolled.
He just got dumped unceremoniously down to that canvas.
PB Smooth elevates Johnson, and it's quite literally, I mean, that's a long way down.
Johnson trying to get it to the ropes.
He got hung up. That was nasty. Look out.
Big boot knocks Johnson all the way to the floor.
And he crashed on the concrete to follow up. And this feature presentation may be wrapping up very quickly.
What'd you expect? It's not working. That's what you're going to look like.
And perhaps PB using that opportunity to let the champion know what may be in his future.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself. You've got to gain the victory here tonight.
Fighting champion.
I believe this is all the game plan of Matt Connard, trying to play as many mind games as possible. Because one of these men will challenge him for that championship.
Sure, without a doubt. And as a matter of fact, he may be trying to pick his opponent if you get right down to it. I mean, let's face it. If you had a choice, which one of these guys would you rather face?
Quite frankly, I wouldn't like my particular chances in a matchup with either one of these guys, but I see your point.
Right now, all the focus of the champion seems to be on PB Smooth.
Johnson gets PB back in the ring where he can win the matchup. Johnson perched up top here. We know he's an athlete. He may have caught PB in the chin right on the button, and the complexion of this matchup changing right before our eyes here.
Yeah, I know we talk a lot about the size and massive strength advantage that PB Smooth has, but hey, we're all 6 inches on our back, man. You get him down, you can get to him.
And the positioning of Johnson shows you how polished he is. Raining down those strikes to get the utmost effectiveness of every shot.
Now it's my turn to be big, huh?
You can't hesitate like that, Paul. It's going to come back to bite him.
Especially against an athlete the caliber of PB Smooth.
Championship contention is nothing new for PB Smooth. He is a multiple-time champion in Absolute Intense Wrestling in Cleveland.
Oh, and it's also nothing new to Tony Johnson either. He's held several titles all over the tri-state area.
However, when it comes to Ryse Pro Wrestling and the Pittsburgh landscape, if you want to make the biggest impression possible, if you want to really put your name on the map, doing it in Ryse Pro Wrestling, where championship matches are known for such a high caliber, is the place to do it.
Oh, without a doubt, this is the place to be if you want to be a polished champion.
In the 24-month history of the Ryse Grand Championship, 3 men have held that title. Lee Moriarty, Derek Direction, and the current champion, Matt Connard. Among his 2 reigns, as I said earlier, Matt Connard has held that title for 16 months, 2/3 of its existence. Quite frankly, with all due respect to Moriarty and Derek Direction, you could say that Matt Connard has defined the Grand Championship throughout Ryse history.
Oh, you have to say that. I mean, come on. We might not like his attitude right now. We might not like the way he climbed into that championship, especially for the second time. But he is, without a doubt, a top caliber athlete, or he wouldn't be the Ryse Grand Champion.
And that really shows you the amount of competition that it takes to even get a shot at a champion the caliber of Matt Connard.
Yeah, without a doubt. They're big insecurity by Tony Johnson there.
Too early, PB was able to escape.
Johnson now attempting to neutralize that size and strength advantage by keeping PB Smooth down on the mat.
Yeah, using the technique to try to even things up as he's dropping elbows down on the collarbone. And Paul, I'm going to ask you, the winner of this matchup that will advance to challenge Connor, will they have more momentum or more pressure on themselves going into that matchup?
At this point, I'd have to say pressure because, like we stated before, the only man to dish out a loss to both of these individuals in Ryse Wrestling in this near future or distant past has been Matt Connor. So once you get to that match, now you've got to prove you can beat Connor because obviously on your first attempt, both men came up short.
And Johnson is really measuring, really picking his spots because he needs to get the most out of every strike, out of every shot that he can. Because when you're in there with someone like PB Smooth, you can't waste anything.
Right, the game plan here obviously is to, like I said before, to neutralize that size and strength advantage, keep PB Smooth on the mat, wear him down, and then gain the victory.
By the nature of the type of athlete that PB Smooth is, for Johnson to be successful, it's going to have to be a meticulous process. Like compressing the rib cage here. But PB, again, using his natural gifts, that height, to extricate himself.
Yeah, I almost think it was really a mistake for Johnson to pick him up and get him back on his feet. He should have kept him down on the mat.
Crucifix by Johnson. Can he complete it?
PB Smooth posting right now.
What a transition from Johnson.
He's got him in a sleeper. Referee's got to check in here, though. Watch this doesn't slip into a choke.
Johnson, he's giving it everything he's got. Trying to get the body lock secured. And Johnson continuing to latch on.
Yeah, he's holding on for dear life here now. Again, I think it was a mistake to get PB Smooth back on his feet. Tony Johnson should have kept him on the mat, kept applying pressure. He's giving Smooth the opportunity to get back into this matchup.
And PB shrugs off Johnson, but you can see the offensive assault of the Iceman is garnering results for sure. Oh man, he got stomped. He tried to go through his sternum on that one.
Yeah. And I mean, we've got to give kudos to both of these men. This was a long, hard road to this Rise of the Contender tournament, lasting over several months. These guys had to go through some of the top competition in Rise, as well as keep their regular schedules up.
Oh, God.
That was just pure malice.
And here you're seeing where the height advantage for PB Smooth really shows itself because Johnson has to reach up, which is less leverage. PB Smooth gets to throw down, which is more leverage.
Yeah. Johnson now
10 minutes going by, 10 minutes.
Firing that chop in there.
This really is a physical chess match, a chess match that's going to play out. It's all strategic.
Oh, it has to be. Like I said, both these guys doing everything they can to get this
spot.
What a kick! Wow, amazing.
He got the height to catch PB Smooth in the temple, I believe.
I mean, Tony Johnson is not a short man by any means, but to be able to get that kick up there.
PB, full Nelson.
Yeah, he's got it locked in now.
Plants the Iceman down.
He's got him here.
PB.
Oh, my. Give Johnson all the credit in the world for kicking out after that big, big leg drop.
And PB Smooth psyching himself up. And just think of this tournament, Paul. It took all of this just for a shot at that championship.
Yeah, these guys have more than earned that. Whoever wins
what
this.
Power! Sit out power bomb.
This
Johnson
has to be it.
Ricochets. I'm not one to doubt Tony Johnson. I've sung his praises time and time again, but I thought that one was over.
I can't believe he kicked out of that. And as I was trying to say before that went down, whoever wins this shot definitely has earned it. But I tell you what, even the guy who didn't win it, he has nothing to be ashamed of.
Or the garbage man. Get up.
PB could be calling for the end, but I don't know if it's wise to call out that maneuver.
Well, Johnson, he's still.
We'll see how aware he is. In many ways, we can call Johnson a young ring general. Could be it here.
Wow, Johnson.
What agility.
Wow, amazing.
Poetry in motion. And you can see that PB Smooth was as surprised as the rest of us.
They gave Johnson the opportunity to do that, to hit that leg takedown and bounce PB Smooth's head off that turnbuckle.
Johnson really relying on that agility to wiggle his way out of some of these predicaments.
And now PB Smooth is a little shaky on his feet.
Johnson seeing stars. George avoids the contact.
Oh, not the second time. He avoided the first contact with PB Smooth, but not with Tony Johnson.
George Ross is hurt.
I know Johnson's beside himself. He knows that right now that's not the way to win this match. If the referee can't make a count, he can't win.
And we got screens backstage. I think we need help for George.
I don't even know if we have another ref in the building. We've seen him out here alone all night.
Knockout shot.
This could be it, but there's no referee to make the count.
And PB Smooth may have been able to claim that shot had George Ross been conscious.
And like I said, we've seen George out here all night. I don't even know if we have another referee in the back. Johnson wisely rolling out of the ring, but PB going right out after him. And well, wait a minute.
Are you kidding me?
Everhart and Connor just mugging him. They're just mugging PB out here.
We knew it was a matter of time. And these ingrates, these woe-wifes are trying to ruin the Rise of the Contender tournament.
And there's nothing that
and they're assaulting Johnson as well. I believe Connor's so paranoid, so obsessed with that championship, he doesn't want anybody to challenge him.
He doesn't care.
He never wants that title in jeopardy. What an egotistical. And what do we do now?
I don't know. Is Brandon on a monitor back there? Is somebody on a monitor back there? Well, there you go. See you, Mr. Everhart.
PB's got Connor.
And down with the champ as well.
And Connor just splatted on the concrete. And somehow, through all this chaos, we still have a matchup going on.
And we still have an unconscious referee.
There's no low that those guys won't sink to.
No.
Johnson measuring PB.
Caught him again. Johnson trying to get the referee awake here. Trying to get George to recover.
We need help for George.
He may be severely injured at this point.
Cover here. That's two. No. Shoulder.
Wait a minute. What?
Wait, I don't. Oh, I thought for sure that shoulder came up.
I'm thinking it did.
The winner of this match as a result of a pinfall.
Paul, I thought for sure.
It didn't look like it came down for the third. But apparently.
And noon.
Wait a minute. George is holding up two fingers.
Well, George is.
I think he's trying to see if
he's on Dream Street.
Is he giving himself a concussion test? I don't know.
No, maybe George is trying to let our crew know that it was two.
I've just been informed that the match will continue.
That was two.
It was two.
And credit to George. I mean, the guy's
I know I was drinking earlier, but I didn't think I was that bad.
George is trying to get it right here, get the call right. PB sidesteps Johnson. Who is going to go to the 3rd anniversary show?
Look out. PB Smooth got him hooked up here. Johnson slides through.
Roll up. Shoulders down.
Kick out again at 2. Johnson set him up for that kick. He got it.
Right on the chin, right on the butt.
Yeah, he got all of it that time. Well, maybe he didn't get all of it.
PB Smooth may not be denied.
Johnson now going to the top.
Johnson knows he has to take a risk.
One more time.
Unbelievable impact. Could that be enough? Could Johnson go to the anniversary?
He got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match as a result of a pinfall and new #1 contender for the Ryse Grand Championship, the Iceman, Tony Johnson!
Tony Johnson has held on the rise of a contender champion. He is the winner, and he gets the shot against Matt Connard at the anniversary show in December.
It was a hellacious fight, but it is Johnson as the winner of the Rise of a Contender tournament. The next time we're in this building, December 14th, we will see Johnson challenge Connor for the Rise Grand Championship. Paul, we're out of time. I'm going to sign
display
off.
of the sportsmanship here. As well as a sign of respect for this capacity crowd. Look out! PB's taking off after Everhart.
For IndyWrestling.us, my name's Jim Amato. Your Paul Atlas. Join us back here for the Rise 3rd Anniversary Show, December 14th. How's your kidneys feel, man?
What happened there, man? You suck, man.
How are those kidneys?
You got me, Brother Reese.
Tony, he turned on you. I turned on him. I want you to touch. This is the closest you will ever get. Back. You know what's funny, Matt? I'm not touching that belt until it's mine. Yeah. You're never gonna touch it then. Get out of my ring.
Hi, ladies first.
Not your ring! 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 Not your ring!
You suck, man.
That's Brandon's ring. Hey, champ.
That is
We're going
It's my night off. I don't need to be here. I'm out of here.
Ladies first, you know.
Shut the lights off on your way out.
Don't run up the electric bill. I
I'll
thought
see
you
you
were
in
the
December.
That was so moist of you.
Get out of my house!
Make me.
All of you! Get out of here! Get out of my house!
I got a soda, my soda,
Tony! 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 Tony!
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.